Somebody call a doctor because bad medicine is back. Over there is Diamond Dave Damone. This is the Appleton Oak. That's the answer. I'm Mason Quinn. Folks, today we are continuing our journey with the second part of Arcane. This is episode 5 from season 2, of course. You guys all know you're watching. Look, this one is called Blisters and Bedrock. Are we going to see Vi? See what she's up to? I hope so.
Yeah, we didn't get any of her last episode, so I'm definitely ready, willing, and able to see her this episode, plus find out more about Warwick.
Yeah, what an incredible kickoff to part 2 of season 2. Act 2 of season 2. Act 2. But hey, look, we had a revolution, we had a wolf, we had all sorts of crazy stuff. So I'm excited to see what this brings.
I'm really looking forward to learning more about Warwick and how he said powder. Let's go! Oh, this must be Vi's time to shine. Finally, we're gonna get some Vi.
Oh, trap jaw here.
This is aggressive. So Piltover has an underground boxing league, huh?
There she is.
Oh!
She did her
Wow, Vi got a complete makeover.
did her best Brad Pitt impression from Snatch.
What?
A bit of pit fighting.
Gotta take out her aggression somehow.
Kind of path did Vi decide to take here?
Eat, train, sleep, repeat.
How many people do we think we're going to see cosplaying as underground boxing Vi at the upcoming con season?
Probably a lot.
This is so badass.
Oh.
And jeez. A lot of anger. A lot of anger.
Not too emotionally stable here.
This feels a little bit more like rage than anger.
Looking good, sis. Wait, just...
Oh, she's really there.
Oh.
I don't want to hear another word out of your mouth.
Shit, she is.
It's Vander. I'm not falling for another one of your tricks.
Well, we're getting a lot of answers real quick.
Both know that's bullshit.
Well, what I mean by what here is like, is it really Vander?
Ooh, purple tears. That was a nice touch.
He needs our help. I can prove it.
Wow. A team up? Are you kidding me?
I mean,
Just love how we had all these questions early on. Like, yep,
Answers,
first 30
those are-
seconds.
Those
Here
are
you
real
go.
goosebumps on
I
answers.
got goosebumps.
That
That
is
was awesome. That was a
awesome.
great intro.
I still thought this whole time she was just seeing
Yeah.
Jinx, but it was just like, it's really happening.
Well, they set us up for that because they kept showing Kate and her
There was the flashbacks,
hallucinations.
and she had some flashbacks of Jinx
Yep.
in that nightclub, too. Now we just need to figure out Heimerdinger, Jace.
Yeah, we got
Echo.
because we didn't get them last episode
Echo.
either.
No, they were still in that whatever they were in.
With Heimers. So yeah, it was Vander. We were not happy when we lost Vander last season, so it'll be awesome to get him back. Look out for yourself.
2 directors, and there was 2 writers. We should miss the names.
Well,
No, there she is. That
There's
mask got
another
worked.
answer.
The mask got worked. Who's that big sumbitch up there?
Yeah, so we had a little incident down in cell block C.
Now Caitlyn's going to want to just crush everybody.
Dude, I have so many questions about how Warwick is Vander.
Oceans of sweat and tears.
They're hitting everything.
they know what everyone's asking.
Perverse abominations.
Who's still there?
Only guilty men answer accusations with silence.
In my experience, no one in power is innocent.
Oh,
Tell us everything we need to know to hunt down this beast.
You don't need to hunt it down.
This
is your final chance. Tell me what you were planning. How was Jinx involved? You will rot in here.
The final boss.
It's fine. He was rotting out there anyways.
What's Mel?
Hey.
Hey.
Get our answer with the black rose. Whoa.
Oh, what the? That was dark.
Hope you find these quarters to your liking. They still haven't replied to my request for a transfer.
Who's there?
Sounds like our guy.
They killed my friend. Alora was there. And then
You must climb out of the darkness.
But if you ask me, they're just the fancy pits peacock princes like to toss their friends into.
It's almost like a Victor Strand.
You know, the kind of rulers with an artistic flair.
step into the light.
I'm surprised he hasn't gotten voiceover work.
Yeah, you think.
His voice is powerful too.
Kino.
Feel like I'm forgetting something.
Could be a game reference that we're supposed to know.
Yeah, I was going to say her brother. Oh, this.
You've grown up.
Yeah. Okay.
Or
That's remember she
siblings.
talked about.
Yeah, losing her brother.
Shit, did Ambessa know that the Black Rose had him the whole time?
Shit.
I'd have to go back. Somebody's gonna have to.
She
remind me.
has to have known.
Look at the gauntlets.
Oh, and then
There's Vander.
Vander.
This is where I lost him.
Well, clap on, clap off.
That's pretty cool, though. I mean, after a little bit, it'd probably be like, God damn, I still have to keep clapping. How long is this tunnel?
You wouldn't last 1 second without all your ugly gadgets and chicken shit tricks. What about those over-designed bitch mittens you didn't even...
Bitch mittens.
Oh
You
boy,
think I
bye.
need these to...
Oh boy.
Oh, fight.
Thunder, go right ahead, fat hands.
Oh, she's gonna get hit.
Oh. I went for the bite.
Oh, the hand.
Still got all your
Is
insides?
it any blood? Or just the doctor's blood?
Nice going, Vi.
Both these two are just... They need some couch time. Let's put it that way.
Last time Vander needed us, we tried it alone, and nothing was ever the same. So maybe this is like a duel.
Way to find out.
There's got to be something with that handprint, like the wolf, or Vander, Warwick. I don't know.
Symbolism.
Or they'll be looking and they'll see it.
Confident, aren't you?
It's always the same look when one covets a weapon.
Wants a weapon.
You will serve me. My enemies will be yours. Your weapons will be mine. In return, you will be treated as an esteemed advisor, but I demand
She needs 'em.
absolute loyalty.
Yeah. You know her. She wants anything she can get
Well,
to
think
get
how
ahead.
fast she
Bro
could clean out the
bro
other
comes
city.
in with this weapon.
Will yearn for Caitlyn's dungeons.
He was once a man, well respected at that, victim of great tragedy.
Tears.
The mind I could not recover. The man forever lost in the bowels of the beast
Vander!
by the scent of blood.
100%. This was in the first episode, I think.
Yep. Well, and Jinx told us to.
Well, yeah, that too.
It now seems I had yet to uncover the right catalyst.
Now you found it.
Wow. Well, that makes sense why Invest is taking him, right? Because in the last episode, how come every talent we get is just taken away?
Just a doofus. They can't do anything right.
Now she's got a legit guy.
Yep.
Did Mother commission a statue?
I held rights in Piltover. She believes you're dead.
I do like to disappoint her.
Just got lucky on that, or?
How did you know to do that?
I don't know.
So she got to jump out like Bane?
That's why I said it earlier. You must climb out of the darkness.
This led to one other missing puzzle piece whose absence has always gnawed at my mind. Who invented Shimmer?
I think we know.
Now, don't we? Dr. Revik.
You're a monster.
Why do all this?
Why does anyone commit acts others deem unspeakable?
For his kid. But when he was holding that jar, it flashed as a child briefly.
Yep. Has he been preserving a body?
I think so. I think that he's going to open it up, and that's what's going to be their child.
Yeah, a little ballet thing.
That's why she knew to play Investment knew to play the music on it. Look up, there's the child.
I believe the beast may hold the final key.
Precisely what are you trying to cure?
Imagine a world that no longer need fear it.
Mel?
I'm getting us out of here.
She's doing that Alan stuff.
I was literally
She's
just thinking that. I'm
counting
like,
cards.
It's our casino scene from Hangover. I was literally just thinking that.
Surely there are consequences for someone who fails these tests. Deadly consequences.
I deserve to know the truth.
Of course. Makes you wonder. A healthy sense of self-preservation, I'd say.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, what is going on?
Is this just another thing from the Black Rose?
Is he not real?
Is this whole thing even
You
real?
aren't my brother.
Damn it.
Oh, you fracture a skull doing that. Yeah, it's all inside the Black Rose.
Well, damn it. Is Kino even alive? Oh, no. Here we go again.
At first, it seemed plausible that he could have been the child. But then your mother's led us to you, sister.
I'd be lying if I said I understood what's happening here.
Uh-oh. It's got some kind of crazy power.
But it's pretty cool.
Well, am I on the right track in thinking that she's the one?
She's the one, yeah. She's the child they're talking about.
Oh, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah, there's the handprint.
So it's anyone's blood that he's familiar with, I think.
Remember the paper cut in Twilight? That's what reminds me of Jasper.
Andrew does.
It's because it makes absolutely no sense.
The paper cut. They're pretty cool hangers.
Vander and Silco.
What is it?
A message from Vander to Silco.
Read it. Read it all up, please.
I'm sorry. When she died, of what I did to you was for the greater good, that you deserved it, but the dirt was on both our hands. Anyway, you know where to find me. Blisters and Bedrock. V.
Blisters and Bedrock.
If he found this, everything might have been different.
Oh, she almost...
Well, maybe. Silco probably still would have had it out for Vander, though.
Well,
here we go.
We're going to have a reunion here real quick.
It's going to be red eyes.
We have to get out of here.
It's Vander.
That's not Vander.
No. Vander, no. It's me.
Oh.
Oh, there's the clear shot.
He's gonna kill you.
Don't hurt him.
Hey, Vi.
Oh,
take it
big
easy.
Uppercut, the gauntlets.
Well, it took a little bit for him to recognize Jinx. That might be the same. Well, Powder might be the same to recognize Vi.
Oh boy. This is not going good. Oh, there it is.
There you go. There you go.
Snap out of it.
Oh, the blood.
It's him. You have to believe me.
Show your face. Show your face.
Oh, look at this scene.
Woo!
What's the occasion?
Here we are.
For a familiar song?
Not this lady, and not this song.
Better days. Better days.
There's Silco.
Tonight, a harebrained scheme these two bozos cooked up to turn a dank crack in the earth into a thriving, healthy community became a
Ella?
reality.
Tonight, eh? You hear that, Bozo 2?
Bozo 2.
Oh, you're sadly mistaken. I'm Bozo 1.
I'm knocked up. I don't know anything about kids. I get sweaty being alone with one.
Just like Jinx was.
You two are gonna figure this song thing out. I don't care if you have to carve it out of the bedrock covered in blisters.
Bedrock and blisters.
That's why he wrote that tune now.
What's the point if we can't raise an ankle biter or two?
Blisters and bedrock.
Blisters and bedrock. I've always liked the name Violet.
Vi.
Oh.
What's going on?
What happened to all of our light up fungus?
They're just doing a big hug? Big hug, right? Yep, okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh, woo! What a reveal. It's all back full circle.
Wow.
Well done.
Hey. Nice. She gets in there too.
Keep that blood away from him.
How are they gonna control his rage? That's my question.
Oh, stuff from the tree. It's spreading.
Is this Victor?
It sure looks like it is.
Oh, is Jace finally gonna run into him? And Heimerdinger? Wait, that's not.
No, that's the guy who was laying on the couch.
Yeah.
That's Jace. Oh, look at this.
Oh, he's been there a minute. Yep.
Sallow, what are you doing here? One could ask the same question. How are you walking? Who do you think could mend such a broken creature? Would you want to speak with him?
Oh, trippy.
I would prefer to converse in person, but there's so much work to be done. I suppose this is somewhat beyond where we left off.
You don't say.
You have my solemn vow that anything you discuss will be kept in the strictest confidence. Everything.
Very kind, Sallow.
It's Matrix-like shit.
You've given Hextech to the people? Hextech isn't a miracle. It's a curse.
We have to end it, Victor.
You too have touched the arcane.
If you'll excuse me, I must return to him. I can't let you leave. I'm sorry you feel that way.
Oh. Oh. What?
Does that mean he took a life or just that version?
Oh.
Don't worry, it'll be answered in the first 5 seconds of the next episode.
Well, let's hope so.
I mean, that's what they do, but
man.
Wow.
What an episode.
God.
Probably the best yet.
I don't know about you guys, but it was so satisfying, and maybe you felt the same way, to get all the answers of pretty much every question we had from the last episode, all answered in like the first 20, 30 seconds of this new episode. So that was wild. I mean, because it kind of gives you, it allows you to essentially move on. Like, look, they could have drug out all the questions we had. Was it Vander? Were we going to have a reunion with Jinx and Vi? And all of that. Were we going to get the answers from Singe as to why? I think that's how you say his name, Singe. Were we going to get the answers as to why he was doing what he was? And all the answers came, and now we can progress the story even more, which I absolutely love, and I'm sure you probably did as well. But just another amazing episode. I've got to say, the reunion with Vander and Vi and Powder. I'm going to call her Powder now because I think she's back. We call her Powder, we maybe agree on that, but
Powder, Jinx, I think it works.
We'll see. But look, that was just so great to see. I love that we got that flashback in the bar of how everything started, and they're really, we know it's the last season for this story, and you can definitely tell we're really building to something. It was good to see Jace. Now, as far as where is he, how is he by himself? And again, we know it's been a couple of months. He's been in this like type of limbo almost. And the ability that Victor has to essentially be connected to everybody he's touched and healed or given the Hex Tech or the Arcane, whatever you want to call it, is wild too. Because if that spreads throughout the world, Victor is everyone and he's everywhere. And what kind of incredible power would that have? Is that some type of end game that he's going for? Because if it is, I did not see that coming at all, with like Victor having some kind of god complex to take over everything. That would be absolutely wild. We saw with Amessa, of course she wants a weapon. Of course she wants something that she could send into the Undercity and just take everything out and then just rule with an iron fist like she always probably wanted to. So that made complete sense. Just another wild episode. I can't wait to see how we wrap up Act 2.
Yeah, just a great little middle episode of Act 2. I mean, answered all our questions in the first, 2-3 minutes, which was great because then we could, like you said, move the story along, because I love that the whole fighting with Vi where she was kicking ass and then, you saw that it started to take a toll on her and she started doing worse and worse. And we thought, like, at first it was a hallucination, or at least I did.
Yeah.
Because we saw Kate in bed with her or somebody else in bed, and Kate was on the dance floor with her. And then she would punch that guy, and then obviously, had to whisk her away. And finally, when Jinx was there, Powder was there, I wasn't for certain if it was real or not. And until the final choking and the tear, they finally realized that, okay, this is real and going to get Vander. That was awesome to me, seeing them going back in time and seeing, a young Silco, Vander, and then Powder and Vi's mom. And that was pretty cool, seeing the three and how she was struggling to be able to be, a parent, especially down in the underworld, because we saw how chaotic it is down there, or how it can be down there. So to bring a child into it, she knew the trials and tribulations that she'd have to go through with that. So that was kind of neat. And saying to the whole episode of the title of the episode, Blisters and Bedrock. And so that was kind of cool, giving us a little backstory to what that entailed, why it was in the note, and then why they said it. So that was pretty cool that this was before everything all went down. And it was really freaking a good episode with that. And seeing the reunion between Jax and Vi, like it almost brought me to tears. Also, Vi and Jinx powder. It almost brought me to tears when they had that big, huge hug in the end, because it was fun seeing them going at each other, but you always wanted them to get back together at some point. You didn't know how or why it would happen, but I'm just so happy that it happened that it almost brought a tear to my eye. So I cannot wait for the next episode and see how this trio works out, because we know Vander is triggered by blood, so we don't know what's going to happen with a cut or something if it sends him off the deep end.
Jasper.
And go, like a Jasper with a paper cut in Twilight. Such a horrible movie and reference, but it's also true. So I cannot wait for the next episode. This is such a good show. I'm loving it.
Yeah, I'm trying to like keep this wall up around my heart, because it's like they gave us. I mean, to find yourself like liking Silco, that scene where it's like you saw Silco and Vander were working together to try to make things better for everybody, try to make things better for their friend's daughter, Vi, who, now we got the big hug at the end, it went dark and it looked really bad. And then all of a sudden, we had everybody hugging it out. And now I'm just like, what they're like, you set us up for either like the heartwarming, go home, or not necessarily a go home, but at least putting us on the right path for a good story to play out, something good to come from all this, or like, hey, we got to have this big hug with Dad, but we realize, like, given his current condition, there's not much we can do, or we can't control it. And Dessa wants to use him as a weapon to take out the underworld. And ironically, Vander, the guy who was working with Silco to try to make it a better place, could potentially be the guy to take the entire thing out now. So, I mean,
I wonder if we'll see anything of Violet's dad, because they just mentioned the name Colin. And then,
and that's
all we got.
The Black Rose stuff that they threw in, that confused me a little bit. A little bit more backstory from Endesa, and that threw me off a little bit because, honestly, right now, like I feel like I'm so invested in Vi, in Jinx, and Vander that the stuff with Jace and the stuff with the other guy, it was like, oh, okay, I get it's part of the story. They gave us a little bit of Victor. Still not sure what's going on with Hammerdinger. Diamond Dave knows. Any parents knows. They just think Mayor Humdinger from Paw Patrol. So, but yeah. So it's like there's so many good, plot lines that happen in this show. But right now you're just so invested in. Oh my God, we got Powder and Vi and Vander back together for a big old happy hug, of course, with their new, can we say, adopted younger sister or whatever, however we're going to refer to her. But like I said, I want to be cautiously optimistic, because I feel like one of those things where right where you got emotionally invested in, they're going to get you, And this show it's such good writing that I feel like they don't need to do the cliche happy ending. I'm sure people would be, would like it if they did, but I'm just not sure what to expect. And I just don't know if I can handle that kind of rejection. I just like we're setting ourselves up for a mega gut punch, and I'm trying to just keep a little bit of a wall up.
Yeah, something like this, I'm not sure if we get a full happy ending. If we do, it's welcomed. If not, I'm here for the heartbreak. The scene with the hug with Vander, Warwick, and Vi with Jinx, that was a damn near masterpiece. That was so well done. So kudos to everyone involved, to the writers, the animators, everybody. That was power. That was really good. I would say season 2 has been, at least this episode in general was last two have been just a roller coaster of you just slinging emotions left and right. And, you know, it's a testament to the writers taking this story and just making it is what it is. So season 1, I feel like is you can look at that as a different light. Season 2, you can look at this as a different light because now, and you understood why Jinx was the way she was in season 1, and it was like, you know, you didn't hate her, but you weren't like rooting for her either.
Yeah.
You understood the situation. Now, at least for me, and I'm assuming a lot of you, now you're like rooting for Jinx, you're rooting for Vi, and now we got Vander back, so it's just like, let's go, right? And then with Ambessa doing her thing with the scientist, we got that reveal with his daughter. Like, that's what I mean. Like, this whole episode has just been just a wild roller coaster of the emotions. Because then we got Mel, who we thought, or at least I did for sure. I'm sure some of you knew better. But I was sucked in thinking it was her brother, but should have known it was the Black Rose. So now anytime it's Mel, I'm thinking Black Rose. And the powers at the end. So the powers, I think, Quinn, maybe you said it at the end of the episode on episode 9 on season 1. I thought you were the one who said something. She started glowing. So I wonder if those powers that she's had them all along and now is just fully starting to discover everything about it. Yeah. And I do wonder, and it was probably obvious right there, but I'm still kind of wrapping my head around the whole Black Rose thing. Maybe the story really is about Mel is the one that they're referring to as the one.
Yeah, because it seemed like she was the one they referred to when Ambessa had another child in an affair, and that Mel is that child who has those abilities. Which, oh great, let's give Ambessa another weapon.
Yeah,
because that's all she's gonna. You know,
yeah, and but I think Mel will go against her though, in my opinion.
Well, right, but Ambessa's gonna want her.
Yeah, she's gonna want to try to use her because that's what she does.
Yeah, so I think we're gonna see an epic showdown there of mother versus daughter. In some way, somehow, I'm hoping it's not like a full-out fight because I don't know how that'll turn out. The one tiny nitpick of disappointment that I have is the off-screen survival of Ambessa versus Warwick. I do wish we would have saw something, but they did that off-screen. And again, it does not ruin anything for me. I just personally wish I could have saw something because I thought that would have been pretty cool to see how Ambessa versus Warwick. Even if it would have been a 2-second, 3-second thing, would have been. Yeah.
Well, here in luck, probably the beginning of the next episode, it'll show it.
A little flashback. But I'm sure, and in the end here with Jace, I'm curious if Salo was actually taken out there. So my mind's running a little slow this morning. But I'm wondering if he was actually taken out there or if that was just that vision of Salo.
A vision of
and he took him out there. But it came off pretty serious because
we got a splatter.
Yeah, we got a splatter, and Jace did the I'm sorry, and then Chop City. So I'm sure we'll get an answer on that. But these are the things that are just kind of racing through my head with this epic writing in here so far, and I'm sure I'm missing something else. But just a banger of an episode, and then the dark turn that we got with Vi, that was pretty quick. But they gave us a pretty quick picture of the turn that she had since we last saw her, which was, I thought, another phenomenal way of all these quick flashes and everything to catch us up to speed. And then at first I thought Jinx was just a complete vision. Mm-hmm. Then obviously it turned out real. So I think episode 6, at least for me and my taste, is so far the episode of season 2. Episode 5.
And the one thing that I did want to add, at the end of the previous episode, I talked about the artwork and the animation for their intro that they had and how incredible that was. The sketches with the blue kind of graffiti and paint, the way they told the story of the time lapse and everything that had taken place. And equally as impressive, if not more, was that montage we got of Vi doing the boxing. And it's like every time you think like, okay, this is peak artistic creativity, like this show, like, okay, but watch what we're gonna do for the next episode.
And the music tracks.
Yes, the music they're picking. And the thing is like, I kind of live in my what's on my iTunes bubble, like it's a vast bubble, country, rock, metal, you name it. So a lot of the newer music that they may have used in these that they're using, I'm not familiar with, but like instantly paired with the scenes that you're using, you're with, like, oh, this is a banger. It might not be a band that I'm familiar with or an artist that I'm familiar with, but wow, does it work? So again, just absolutely mind-numbing artistry that they've used here, and it's just
the two big things that I liked in this episode that they did. One, like you guys were saying, the quick flashes of what happened. How many shows could learn from this? Look, you don't have to dedicate 5 minutes to telling somebody's story. Quick flashes that take tenths of a second to show. That's a fantastic way to catch the audience up with what's been going on. And it's so easy, and so many shows don't do it, or they do a very poor job at it. I think this was a masterclass on how you can tell a backstory in a split second and catch everybody up. And the second part I liked was that because we had the reunion with Vi and Powder and Vander, I think it allows Violet and Powder's characters to grow, because, you know, we've had now 6 episodes this season where five episodes this season, and then not to mention the back half of the first season where, okay, Jinx was running around very angry and hallucinating and kind of crazy, and Vi was very vengeful, looking for answers, beating everybody up. It's like, okay, I get that, but now we need to advance the story. And I like that they did it early enough where we got that taste of that life they were living, but you can't do that forever. Jinx or Violet can't be in the fight pits forever with this constant anger that goes on for the whole season. So I really love how they addressed it this early. I guess it could be considered early, and it allows the characters to move forward and progress. I thought that was just chef's kiss.
Yeah, and real quick too, that flashback with Silco and Vander and Vi's mom, that was awesome. To see Silco with, you know, just normal, and then Vander without a beard. That was pretty cool.
It takes so little time to do those, and it leads to so much.
Exactly. We had to see what was happened to her, even inside and outside, with having the hallucinations with Kate and everything, to even make a second guess whether or not Powder was there. So what a great episode. Once again, broken record, right? Because this show has been amazing. So for Appleton Oak, Diamond Dave, that's Mason Quinn. I'm, of course, the answer. We'll catch you on the next one, pals.